Spencer was going to get prosecuted under the Mann Act. And that says it all. You know the Mann Act? The Mann Act? The Mann Act. The Mann Act is the law that says it's illegal to take a girl across state lines for purposes of debauchery. The Mann Act was written to get one man, and that man was Jack Johnson, the first black heavyweight champion of the world. He used to beat the out of white men and leave the arena with white women in the 20s. It was amazing. He the whole matrix up. When Jack Johnson won the world championship, he chased the white champion. Back then, white champions would be like, I don't fight black people. It's beneath me. But really, they were scared to death. Jack Johnson was huge. Hey, you seen them old tapes of them boxers? Them Jack Johnson moved like a modern person. You know, these if I had a time machine, I could be the heavyweight champion in the world. And then he would leave the arena, and he would openly have sex with white women all the time. Now, you think he would get persecuted for that, but they never touched him. Because the heavyweight champion of the world is the most prestigious title in sports, period. The headline of the paper say, Jack Johnson is it. They chased this down. They made the Mann Act. He had to flee the country. He was living in exile, couldn't fight anymore. When Muhammad Ali saw Jack Johnson's story on Broadway, he said, that is my story. If you change white women to Islam, he said, that is my story, right? Jack Johnson just got pardoned in 2005. Do you know who sponsored that bill? John McCain.
My Lions, Dave Chappelle spoke about this in 2009, and it's a story most don't know.
When black Americans were expected to defer to whites, Jack Johnson battered them to the ground. And at a time when the mere suspicion that a black man had flirted with a white woman could cost him his life, Jack Johnson slept with whomever he pleased. To most whites, and to some African Americans, Johnson was a perpetual threat, profligate, arrogant, amoral, a dark menace, and a danger to the natural order of things.
Jack Johnson was a black man back when white people lynched Negroes on weekends, every weekend. Back in 1909, they would send him letters saying, you fighting a white man, and if you knock him out, we'll kill you. He said, just kill my black buggers, I'm gonna knock this white man cold. And he would knock the white man out, and the Ku Klux Klan would be burning them. They killed Negroes all over the country. When Jack Johnson wanted to fight, they had riots all over South America. It was so serious, and Jack Johnson, he's bad. He had to be a bad, bad black man. Wasn't no black Muslims to defend him. Wasn't no NAACP in 1909. Wasn't no Rap Brown. Wasn't no MOVE. All these black groups. Wasn't no Angela Davis, no Hill Newton, no Malcolm X. He was by himself. Jack Johnson. He was one black man in the midst of all them rednecks would kill lynch Negroes every day. He would dress up in pretty suits. Negroes are allowed to dress up in days. He put on pretty white neckties and pretty white, and had white women. You know that. He married white women. You would get lynched for looking at a white woman in them days. That man married white women and walked around, took pictures with his white women. Married two of them, and they running out of the country because of white woman. He left the whole country and fought out of Cuba. He was bad. I know I'm bad, but he was crazy.
Jack Johnson didn't give a damn what they said about him. White boxers refused to fight black boxers, a practice they call the color line. Jack Johnson initially only fought other black boxers and became the so-called world colored heavyweight champion and defended that championship 17 times against other black boxers. Tommy Burns was the first white boxer who accepted the challenge from Johnson and was beaten by Jack Johnson. The idea of white supremacy was disrupted, and the white media called for the great white hope, a fellow by the name of Jim Jeffries, to come out of retirement to rescue the white man. And Jeffrey accepted the challenge because he was offered a whole ton of money.
Jim Jeffries is quoted as saying, he's fighting to prove that a white man is better than a Negro. 20,000 people from all over America have the time and the money to flock to Reno paying $10 and up, around $240 today. In the 15th round, Jeffries is knocked down for the first time in his career. And then put through the ropes before he finally quits. Jack Johnson is victorious.
The white-controlled racist newspapers across the country started saying race riots were occurring all over the country, ignoring the realities of what was really happening. White mobs were going into black communities and attacking them, killing them, just because Jack Johnson showed that white supremacy is a lie that only fools subscribe to. The mobs were angry and wanted to show dominance over their black neighbors. The fight was one of the first fights ever to be filmed, according to CNN, and many states and cities banned showing the boxing match to people. They wanted to pretend the loss to Jackson never occurred. They don't want other white folks to know and see the truth, just like how they are banning the truth about slavery in textbooks today. So in order to get Johnson for something, they went after him for his romantic involvement with white women, in particularly Beth Schreider, who went with Johnson to Chicago from Pittsburgh. So in 1912, he was arrested for violating the Mann Act, also known as the White Slave Traffic Act. An all-white jury found him guilty and sentenced him to prison. Now Johnson fled the country afterwards, but in 1920, he voluntarily surrendered to US officials. Jackson died in 1946 in a car crash, unfortunately. Now my lions, the history of Jack Johnson will live on forever, no matter how them folks try to erase black history, which is American history. Hold tight, me gone again.